one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. We speak so many languages. We have different clothing, different colors, different names. Different is only dangerous. We forget that in the heart we're all the same. We'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, so what power can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's the love that's most deep. It's one power. It's one power. Yeah, it's what we are. One power. One power. One power. It's the power of the love and you and me. One power.
My heart is breaking today, but I'm not broken yet. I try to be optimistic, even though I'm upset. I won't live in fear of this great unknown. Life as we knew it is gone forever. What will it be like the next time we're together? I'm keeping the faith. We'll see a better day. I look for the rainbow in this dark, gloomy sky. I'm full of questions and I wanna know why we're at this place with no turning back. I pray when I wake up and when I go to sleep for a miracle to happen. We're in trouble deep and I'm keeping the faith. We'll see a better day. There's a time for everything, everything in its time. I'm holding on by a thread before I lose my mind. How much more suffering can this world stand? We're all socially distanced, we can't go anywhere. How did we get here? Sometime life's unfair. I'm keeping the faith, we'll see a better day. I look for the rainbow in this dark gloomy sky. I'm full of questions and I wanna know why. We're at this place with no turning back. I pray when I wake up and when I go to sleep for a miracle to happen. We're in trouble deep and I'm keeping the faith, we'll see a better day. Then I think of all I have to be thankful for. My family and friends, I need nothing more. I choose to live in joy, no one can take away. I hold my head up high, I keep pressing on to the prize before me. When it's over and done, I'm keeping the faith to see a better day. I look for the rainbow in this dark gloomy sky. I'm full of questions and I wanna know why. We're at this place with no turning back. I pray when I wake up and when I go to sleep for a miracle to happen. We're in trouble deep and I'm keeping the faith, we'll see a better day. I'm keeping the faith, we'll see a better day. We'll see a better day. We'll see a better day.
Seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars,
then peace will guide the planets
and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. Trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions. Gold hues of visions,
mystic crystal revelation,
and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius.
when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars,
Then peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, 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 Hey there, people all around the world, men and women, boys and girls. The time has come to occupy. It's much too late to judge and cry. Think about a love revolution, and it's here again. And it's time to let the sun shine in. Come together and sing out strong. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. All around the world. Let the sun shine. Come together. Let the sun shine. Sunshine. The sun shine in. Everybody sing. Let the sun shine. Open up your hearts. Let the sun shine. Sunshine. The sun shine in. Come together and sing out strong for a peaceful planet where we all belong. Replace all fears with love and grace. We are different shades of one human race. It's the place to chase. The revolution is here again. It's near again. The resolution will now begin for all to let the sun shine in.
I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I
and welcome to the Pod Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community, and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. So what does that mean to you sitting around watching your Facebook feed on a Sunday or perhaps later on in the week? We have 9 different speakers, faith perspectives, 9 different musicians, and we give each of those groups one-word topics. Each of them, one at a time, sends in a talk and 2 videos to Philip. Becky and I say hello and goodbye, and he creates the Sunday service, what you're watching now. We do that 9 times in a row on the same topic, and it's called a series, and it has been just an amazing process, not only to be a part of, but to experience ourselves. It's been absolutely magical. If you want to join us on this magical journey, www.peopleofdiversity.org is how you can play. There's a donate button there. You can one time, monthly, weekly, however you want to play. We just encourage you to play in some way.
Our current topic is practicing mindfulness. And last week we heard from our dear friend and pod founder, Reverend Sue Bailey, and her musical guest was Melanie England. This week we are hearing from Wiccan Oracle, Louis Valadez, and his musician is a new person. We just had joined the group, and we've heard him before, and we are so looking forward to seeing what he's got for us. His name's Daniel Kepel. And then next week, I gotta cheat and look. Alright, we are going to hear Practicing Mindfulness from a Christian Perspective with Reverend Solidia Junis, all the way from New York. And her musical guest is David Roth.
Yes. All the way from Cape Cod.
Cape Cod, that's right. This is probably a really nice time to be in Cape Cod, quite frankly. From us down here in Central Florida. Okay, past services are available on the People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page. Go to the live section and watch the past week, and then you can go to the recorded videos and see all of the ones from the very beginning of April 9th, 2019. We have every Sunday since that time. So there's all kinds of topics and all kinds of speakers and talks that you can go back and see. Following the morning service from 11:45 to 12:15, we will be doing our live Zoom deep dive, and the link is it's on the screen and also in the feed. You can join us for that. At Sunday evening at 5:45, we rebroadcast the morning service. It's not live like the Zoom, but it's live, Facebook Live, so we can comment and shoot hearts and all that sort of stuff. It's fun too, and we really enjoy watching the talks a second time. It's very amazing to me how much I missed the first time around, and we always get more. And it's also a good opportunity to send people back to it if you know somebody that might benefit from what you heard in the morning. So okay, you can get Facebook posts about these services, reminders, if you go to the People of Diversity page and just ask to join, and you will get the reminders about the services. So, is that it?
That's it. I think that's it.
Okay. Each week we bless a country. If you have pictures or facts or know anything about the country that we'll be doing next week, send them to the email address below, and we will use them in our country blessing. Next week is Belarus. This week is Barbados. Yeah. I know a lot of people that have been to Barbados, and I hear nothing but good stuff. So, Barbados. It's an island located in the Eastern Caribbean. The population is 287,000 people, and it covers 166 square miles. It takes about 3 hours to drive the entire circumference of the island. So not very big, and 287,000 people. 95% Christian, mostly Protestants and Anglicans. They have beautiful, diverse beaches. That's what the Barbados is really known for. And the diversity is that some of them are calm and relaxing, and others have amazing waves. Surfing is a very popular attraction there. A lot of people go there just to surf. There's a place called Cattle Wash Beach that is visited by thousands of people from all over the world because bathing in the water is supposed to be very healing. Rum originated in Barbados. It was first distilled in 1703 at the Mount Gay distilleries, and there are more than 1,500 rum shops on Barbados. Remember, it's only 166 square miles. It's pretty amazing. It's kind of like McDonald's here. The grapefruit originated in Barbados. It was the result of the natural cross-pollination between the shaddock, which is the largest variety of citrus, and the sweet orange. So both of those were not native, but they were cultivated there, and they cross-pollinated, and that's where grapefruit came from. That's kind of cool.
Wow.
It's interesting that rum and grapefruit both came from there. All right. From June to the first Monday in August is crop over. And this is a celebration that originated when the last sugar cane harvest of the season occurred, but it has become a very popular festival similar to Mardi Gras. So if you want to go when Barbados is really hopping, you don't want a nice, calm, relaxing vacation, go during crop over. The highest point on the island is Mount Hillaby. It's 1,115 feet above sea level, which isn't that tall, but the views from Mount Hillaby are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm sure you're probably seeing a good one right now. Barbados have not been hit by a hurricane in over 40 years, which is amazing since it's sitting out there. But for whatever reason, it's not been hit by a hurricane in over 40 years, and the island is open to tourists year-round. And Barbados, this is my last fact, I really like this one. I've seen these before. Barbados is the flying fish capital of the world. Flying fish are really amazing. They can leap out of the water and soar for up to 164 feet before diving back into the water. So as you're driving along in a boat, you just see these fish flying ahead of you, hence the name, flying fish. So let's take a moment and hold the people of Barbados in our hearts, knowing they want the same things in their lives that we want in ours. We bless them for the service they provide, particularly the places to go to relax and to have fun and to get away from our everyday living and go there and just really enjoy ourselves. And we appreciate that, and we bless them. We say thank you, and we say these words together. May peace prevail in Barbados. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you. Okay, let's get this party started.
Daniel
Kepel.
Kepel. Sorry, Daniel. We'll get it, bro. I promise we will. I promise we will.
If that's not right, that's what Bob Simon said to say. So.
and as long as you bring the violin, everything will work out fine. You're going to enjoy Daniel. He has an amazing voice and speaks often through his instrument, and it's powerful. And I know he'll bring it because he's been excited to participate. And Oracle always speaks truth from his heart and gives us an amazing presentation. So without further ado, we'll just dive right in, and we'll see you on the other side.
We do what we do, what we do, and there ain't too much that is new. 'Cause we do what we do, what we do, what we do. And we know what we know, what we know, and there's so much further to go. 'Cause we know what we know, what we know, what we know. Oh, let's go, yeah. Take what we know and let go. Oh, let's go. Move into action. Move into action. Move into action and go. We see what we see, what we see, and we can't always just let it be. 'Cause we see what we see, what we see, what we see. And we be what we be, what we be. And that's enough to set us all free. 'Cause we be what we be, what we be, what we be. Oh, let's go. Take what we know, let's go. Oh, let's go. Move into action, move into action, move into action, and let's go. Go, 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 go. Move into action and go. Oh yeah, let's go. Move into action, move into action, move into action and go. We are what we are, what we are, and we're the ones driving this car. Yeah, we are what we are, what we are, what we are.
Hello, everyone. This is Oracle Hecatios. I wanted to thank Becky and Scott and people at Diversity and Philip and others for working on this video and on others. I wanted to thank them very much for their patience. My video was, I was having some issues. For those who don't know, one of my dog passed away. I'm still very upset about that, but you know, moving forward. Thank you for those of you who reached out to give me condolences, and you know, I was with her to the end. She was a spry husky, just a week and a half, maybe short of 15 years. So, I mean, she lived a good, full, long life, and very proud of that. So, thank you. Okay, so today I wanted to approach mindfulness is the topic, and I wanted to approach it from, of course, a Wiccan point of view. Of course, I am a Wiccan. That is, I am a witch. I'm a practicing witch. And I wanted to put the disclaimer out, as I do each time, that not all Wiccans will probably agree with me in my assessments today, and some will agree with me in my assessments today. And it's something that we all can always discuss around the cauldron late at night. It's these discussions are fascinating. These topics are fascinating, and they give us an opportunity to just see from the other side what each of us may think, what each of us may feel about given things. So without further ado, let's dive in. Mindfulness. What is it? Well, you know, mindfulness to me is that it is just that it is the mind. It's being mindful. And it sounds like, you know, so simple, but it really isn't. You know, when I was thinking about it, I think, and I'm thinking back on my memory here, and I I didn't have an opportunity to see some of the other speakers, unfortunately. I'll have to go back and do that. Usually I do, but mindfulness, actually, I believe the concept of it, the modern concept of mindfulness, was reintroduced, and I say reintroduced because there's evidence of it being practiced in ancient Greece and ancient Rome, but the concept of mindfulness, that is being a contemplative practice of meditation, was actually reintroduced in the West in about the 15th, 16th century, and from Buddhism in Asia, from India. And I believe it was around the time that the British tea companies was in India, and they had a lot of migrants going to different areas, or they just had British colonizers just in different places, just reintroducing concepts and new religions, new terms. And, at this time, England is a place of, church and state. And so to introduce this exotic idea of Buddhist mindfulness was very attractive, very attractive. And mindfulness itself means to bring your experiences into the moment, to be present, to be aware, to bring your focus, your awareness where you are at that moment in time. And the concept originates from the Pali language. Now, the Pali language, unfortunately, is a dead language for the most part. It was a literary language in India until about maybe the I want to say about the 14th century, but it existed in Southeast Asia until about the 18th century. But it is still studied today as a language because you needed to learn certain Buddhist scriptures and Buddhist chants. So it is considered a sacred language in Buddhism in Southeast Asia. And much like Latin is in the West, Pali is the East, and there's a Pali word called sati. And sati is the word that birthed the word mindfulness. And sati basically means what I said it means. It's to attention, awareness, and meditative insight into the meditative insight. Now, the ancient Greeks also practiced a form of meditative insight. We know about, there were three muses, three goddesses of the arts that were specifically over these poetic meditative arts. And they were Meletis, they were Nemi, and they were Iade. Iade was the muse of song. Meliti was the goddess of contemplation itself, of meditation. And when I mean meditation, I don't mean emptying the mind. I don't mean, trying to find a silence where you try to be a place of nothingness. No, I mean a place of inner awareness, a place where you can actually travel the inner spaces and you are able to find something within yourself, and you find that something and you're able to bring insight out from yourself outward. So you go inward and it comes out and it comes outward. Okay. And finally, there's Nimi, who is the muse of memory. And so we understand that there was a school of mystery thought known as the Pythagorean mysteries. The Pythagorean mysteries, of course, were famously known for their mathematical discoveries, but they were also a very contemplative order. And they were the ones that taught that through these muses, the mysteries were that meditation took poetry, it took contemplation, and it took memory, contemplation of memory. Now, what do we mean by the contemplation of memory? Which means you had to remember things? No, it means you had to go inner awareness and you had to remember, you had to go deep within and understand the cosmic oneness that you were a part of before your birth. Because the Pythagoreans believed in what was called metempsychosis. That is, it was a form of reincarnation teaching, a form of reincarnation teaching that taught that you were human to human to human to human, not animal, but human to human. Now, later on, it was taught as a there was a play that made a sarcastic joke. The Pythagoras learned that there was a dog that he recognized in its bark, that it was a friend. It was making fun of the reincarnation theory that Pythagoreans had. And it may have had some basis in truth. We don't know. There may have been some Pythagoreans that did in fact believe that. We don't really know much about them. But we do know they had a doctrine of reincarnation. How far some of them may have done, we're not completely quite sure. But we do know metempsychosis was something that they did believe in. But the interpretations may have been different depending on person to person. There was a single order, a single school in southern Italy, in Crotona, but we don't know, once it was destroyed and the philosophers fled, we're not really quite sure where different manifestations happen, writing interpretations and all this other stuff. So really not quite that sure. In Wicca, we have mindfulness, where we have our deity, the great goddess. The great goddess teaches us to be mindful in the Charge of the Goddess. The Charge of the Goddess is a channeled liturgy that was written by a woman by the name of Doreen Valiente. Doreen, you can read about Doreen in a couple of books, or you can, I mean, she's just ever. She was a very influential Wiccan. She was a very influential witch. Back then they said witch. They didn't say Wiccan because it was just witchcraft. That's all it was. I mean, to differentiate between Wiccan and witch wasn't something until much, much later, when different streams of witchcraft identification came out. And there were people trying to separate the two. But all Wiccans are witches, okay? So that much is a fact. So she wrote this channel piece, and she is known by many as the mother of Wicca. By many as some may, there may be some who shy from that, but I know for myself, I do proudly know her as that. As I do believe that she is the mother of Wicca. Without her, we wouldn't have half of the liturgy, half of the mysteries that we do have, celebrations that we have in some of our texts and some of our sacred rituals without her. In the Charge of the Goddess, the great goddess encourages her witches, to keep pure their highest ideals, to meditate, to be contemplative, to understand that they have to strive towards their highest ideals and to not turn aside, and to keep it on the forefront of your mind. And I'm going to read it to you, the original liturgy. It says here, "Listen to the words of the Great Mother. She who of old was also called among men Artemis, Astarte, Dione, Melusine, Aphrodite, Ceridwen, Dana, Aryan Road, Breed, Isis, and by many other names. At mine altar the youth of Lacedaemon in Sparta made due sacrifice. Whenever you have need of anything, once a month, and better it be when the moon is full, then shall you assemble in some secret place and adore the spirit of me, O Queen of all witcheries. There shall ye assemble, ye who are fain to learn all sorcery, yet have not won its deepest secrets. To these will I give and teach these things that are yet unknown, and you shall be free from slavery. And as a sign that ye be really free, ye shall be naked in your rights, and ye shall dance, sing, and feast, and make music, and love all in my praise. For mine is the ecstasy of the Spirit, and mine also is joy on earth. For my law is love unto all beings. Keep pure your highest ideal and strive ever towards it. And let not stop you or turn you aside. For mine is the secret door which opens upon the door of youth, and mine is the cup of the wine of life, and the cauldron of Caridwen, which is the holy grail of mortality. I am the gracious goddess, who gives the gift of joy unto the heart of man, and upon earth I give the knowledge of the Spirit eternal, and beyond death I give praise and peace and freedom and reunion with those who have gone before. Nor do I demand sacrifice, for behold, I am the mother of all living things, and only my love is poured out upon the earth. Hear ye the words of the star goddess, she in the dust of whose feet are the hosts of heaven, and whose body circleth the universe. I am the beauty of the green earth, and the white moon amongst the stars, and the mystery of the waters, and the desire of the heart of man. Call unto thy soul, arise, and come unto me. For I am the soul of nature, who giveth life to the universe. From me proceed, and unto me all things must return. And before my face, beloved of gods and men, thine inmost divine self shall be enfolded in the rapture of the infinite. Let my worship be within the heart that rejoiceth, for behold, all acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Therefore, let there be beauty and strength, power, compassion, honor and humility, mirth and reverence within you. And thou who thinkest to seek me, know thy seeking and yearning shall avail thee not, unless thou know the mystery, that if that which ye seekest thou findest not within thee, thou wilt never find it without thee. For behold, I have been with thee from the beginning, and I am that which is attained at the end of desire. That is the channel charge of the goddess. It is a beautiful piece of liturgy, and it is one of the central texts that we have as Wiccans that brings us together. The idea that the goddess is everywhere. She is omnipresent. She is the soul of nature. She is the star goddess. She is the all, and she has manifested throughout the ages in different forms and in different faces. Yes, as a polytheist, each goddess is their own goddess, but they may be all reflections. And though I may believe that, perhaps divinity may be a little different than what I may believe. I don't know. This is the mystery. That is the goddess, that is the great goddess, but she watches over all her witches. And so this is very important to understand, very important to take into account. And so we have the 8 virtues that the goddess also tells us to keep mindful of, the 8 virtues that I mentioned. They are beauty and strength, power and compassion, honor, humility, mirth, and reverence. And these 8 virtues also come together in pairs of 2. These 8 virtues are what we try to develop within ourselves as ethos, as ethics, as virtues. Mostly as virtues, not ethics, because in Wicca, you're not really taught ethics. You come with your own. That's why in Wicca you're not supposed to be initiated until you're 18 or until you're 21 in some instances, in some covens, because you're supposed to already have that mindset that, oh, I already know right from wrong, at the very least right from wrong, and I'm supposed to have that judgment that's there. But so you're not taught it. You're just, the craft is, this is the craft. You have to you may be honed and trained to understand personal power and your own conscience and how you have to retain your personal power, and that's a whole different story. But ultimately, your ethics are something that you bring with you initially. Okay? And beauty and strength, power and compassion, honor, humility, mirth, reverence. And these are 8 virtues, and they can come in pairs, and they balance each other out, because the goddess teaches us it's all about the balance. It's all about the harmony within ourselves. We have to have this inner awareness within us, this mindfulness, this awareness. These are things to contemplate about the virtues as we develop them. When it comes to beauty, what are we talking about? We're talking about goodness and courtesy, but we're also talking about attraction and physical beauty. There's no shame in it. Wicca is a sensuous spirituality. There is no shame in our body. And yes, people struggle with bodily dysphoria, gender dysphoria, because they're trying to figure out, who they are and their identities and how things are going with them and coming out. And so there's a lot of dysphoria that goes around. So yes, this is it. So the first virtue that's developed is beauty. And so beauty is one of those that we have to contemplate on, and we have to accept as a virtue and cultivate that. What is beauty? You are beautiful. All acts of love and pleasure are my rituals. Are you in love with yourself? Are you in pleasure? Are you, you are the very reflection of the goddess herself in your soul. She is the star goddess. From her, all things proceed. You proceed from the star goddess. I mean, there's so much to contemplate here. And then, of course, finally, after beauty comes strength. And strength is vigor. It is power. It is fortitude. And so whereas one is considered, in Wicca, one is considered soft, the other one's considered hard. And so one is considered sacredly feminine, one may be considered sacredly masculine. And this goes back to the polarity teachings of Wicca, where there is a sacred feminine and there's a sacred masculine. Now, this does not mean that there is only room for heterosexuality in Wicca, because ultimately this is about awareness of both within ourselves. We are, the great goddess is unisex within herself, and so are we. So it's about balance within ourselves, balance of beauty and strength within us, the sacred feminine and sacred masculine. We all carry degrees of it. And finally, so the next pair of virtues are, we have power and compassion. Well, what is power? Power is dominion, the right to control, lordship. It is ability. It is, you are up here and you have that control. You have that promotion. You've got that rank, but you have to have it with humility. And what is humility? Humility is not weakness, but humility literally means on the earth, on the ground. And I don't mean like grounded. I mean, like, literally, the figure of humility was the person being on the ground all the way flat. Okay, like in subjugation, not in groveling, not in embarrassment, not in subjugation, but just to understand that if they were knowing that they had control, they were also ready to serve. They were using that power to serve. They were using that power to help others, to uplift. And they could only uplift if they were down, so they could lift up. Can't uplift if you're up high. Okay, you look down on people. If you're down, push up. Things to think about. Okay. You have honor and humility. Honor. What is honor? Honor is glory, fame, renown. It is reputation. Okay, something you've earned, something you've worked hard for. Your honor. And then finally, you have. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about power and compassion. Although power and humility sounds like it goes good together. So there's, it looks like you crisscross some things, huh? But there's power and compassion. Power is control, as I said, and it comes with compassion. And compassion is also about deference and sweetness, and about understanding that it's empathy and sympathy, that you're suffering with another, so that you're just not lording over them. You're not cold. You don't change your behavior. You don't change your heart. Just some people, they crank up and their heart changes. They're a completely different person. It's like they don't even care anymore. But you keep your heart. You keep your humanity, and you continue to empathize with people. You continue to feel them, and you continue to your spirit continues to connect with them on a humanity level. Okay. So that's power and compassion. Honor and humility, honor, glory, renown, as I was saying. And in humility, you're on the ground. Doesn't matter how famous you are, doesn't matter how renowned you are, doesn't matter how glorious you may be, you are there on the ground, face down, ready to serve and to surrender your reputation for the sake of others. Okay. And then finally, mirth and reverence. Mirth, what is it? It's joy, hilarity, laughter. It can be whatever triggers it, whatever triggers mirth and whatever. But with it is reverence. It is respect. Respect. So there's not always a time for laughter. Some things are a time for contemplative thinking, respect, silence, deference. It's not always jokes. There's a time and a place for everything. So it's important to understand time and place. So these are things we need to balance within ourselves. Things that we need to mature within ourselves. And the great goddess understands this. And so all of this is a part of who we are, of how we develop as witches. And with it comes personal power, comes empowerment and strength, and our magic grows, and our empowerment grows, and our conscience grows, and soon our connection to the all grows. So it's all about it. That's what mindfulness in Wicca is all about. That's what we pretty much how we continue moving about, and we continue to go forward with so much. And we have it to where, in Wicca, in the craft, the great goddess is the very key. It is her wish, it is her desire, because she's within us. It is her desire that we grow. It is her desire because as we grow, she changes. She gets to know others. She gets to know herself. She gets to understand more. As she's known by many names, we are some of the names that she is known by as well. And that's a mystery in and of itself. So it goes deeper. There's so much to explore. It is just mindfulness is deep. It really is. And it is contemplative and ultimately rewarding in its own way. And you don't have to be Wiccan to understand this. I've given some keys. Other speakers have given their own viewpoints. Mindfulness is powerful. It is a powerful key to growth, to self-growth, and to inner awareness and being in the moment. And allowing things to just come to you and accepting, so that you yourself can overcome. And I hope that's something you learn today. So once again, I want to thank Becky and Scott. I want to thank Philip. I want to thank People of Diversity. I want to thank everybody today for our musical guests. I want to thank everybody for their condolences, and for just being supportive. This community is awesome. So thank you so much. Merry meet, merry part, merry meet again. Blessed be. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Daniel. We are so appreciative that you have decided to join us, and we look forward to hearing from you again in the next round of topics. And thank you. We really do appreciate it. Oracle, you know how much we love you. We had the pleasure of having dinner with Oracle and Joey a few weeks ago, and they're just such wonderful people, and we really had a nice time. And you always come right from your heart, just like Scott said before in the introductions. You teach us so much, and you're just one of the smartest people I know. And just a beautiful combination, and we so appreciate everything that you do for us. Philip, we appreciate everything you do for us too. If you have needs out in the technical world, whether live or virtual, and you need a hand, get hold of Philip, because he is an expert, very patient, and he has to be very patient dealing with us. And thank you, Philip. We love you dearly. Okay. Following the service, 11:45 to 12:15, we will have our deep dive, and Oracle typically joins us for that if he is able. He usually is, so that'll be nice to have the speaker with us. And then on the Sunday evening, 5:45 broadcast of this service, of the morning service again. So join us for that. Or you can always go back to the pod pages and watch whatever you want to watch. Next week, we will have our Christian perspective on practicing mindfulness with Reverend Solidia and David Roth. So we'll see you then.
All right, let's take just a moment and take a deep breath and just say thank you for all of it, for the opportunity to be here, to be able to show up every Sunday morning, to be able to pay musicians and pay speakers and pay tech people as part of their overall income, and just feed the entire circulation and just be a part of that. And we thank you for your offerings, and we say amen. So don't click off just yet, because the most important piece is yet to come. Bring to your mind, bring to your heart space anybody in your world who needs support. We've got a bunch. We've got a whole bunch of folks that are in the hospital, quite a few in ICU. We want to put out there that those folks get well, that the healing that is necessary for them comes to them. We want to send strength and support for all of those frontline workers who are doing that essential work and really trying to hold it all together. And you know, to those leaders, whether we agree with them or not, whether we're on their side or not, They need our prayers, they need our support, they need our love. So let's bring all of that into the circle and mix it all together and send it back out there. Open yourself up to receive, and let's just spend some time in love and just shoot it out there and be with that. And we'll see you soon.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and just see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and just speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.